Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. This show, man, I don't even know where to start. Number one, for I would say almost 2 hours, it was like the Roman Reigns show at one point. We saw Roman. You're going to see a lot of Roman Reigns throughout tonight on this episode of Raw. And a lot of other ridiculous and silly things on this show. Where there were some bright spots on some parts, yes, but logically a lot of ridiculous shit. What was it? Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And once again, like I said, Roman. This is the first time you'll see Roman tonight, as he to get some mixed reaction. And he talked about how the Revival are extremely talented and have a bright future, but he was surprised he lost to them last week, and he's not going to make excuses. He had the worst tag team partner of all time, and then he started calling out Bob. We can't say Bobby Lashley. We did Lashley, so Reigns gonna say Bob. He's an egomaniac. He believes he's the guy with the truth, but he wasn't the guy a decade ago. He ain't a guy a decade later now, and he won't be the next 10 years. So that's why Roman says, I'm the guy. I'm the big dog who runs the yard. So Roman Reigns promo as usual, since he said Bob 1,000 times. Ziggler and McIntyre came out. Talked about how Ziggler, talked about Reigns, he's the one that's an egomaniac out here. And that Reigns, you claim this is your yard, but then everyone's got to go through you. He said everybody's got to go through us. As McIntyre pretty much says, we're going to return the favor what you did last week. Next thing you know, they start jumping Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins comes out for the save because Shield reasons. So they pretty much Rollins got rid of both Ziggler and McIntyre after that. And as they head into the back then, Reigns and Rollins wanted the McIntyre and Ziggler. Kurt Angle said, you guys get them next week, but Reigns says he wanted them tonight. So, they were going to take them on tonight. So, Roman Reigns is technically in kind of like two storylines right now, if you look at it. And he's got two matches tonight. First match of the night, he's got to go against Ziggler and McIntyre with Seth Rollins. Then later on tonight, he's got to go against the Revival with Bobby Lashley for the third time in a row, since technically it's the rubber match, but I don't think anybody wanted to see this match. But you're going to see a lot of Roman Reigns tonight. Next, Matt Hardy was out here. Let me just kind of point this out before we even get to this whole thing. There was no Bray Wyatt tonight. I don't think we won't see Bray Wyatt until maybe the pay-per-view, if I'm correct. Bray Wyatt was in a car crash over the weekend. I heard his car was totaled. I believe it was on Friday. He was on his way to the airport. He didn't do any of the live events this weekend. So I believe he was checked out of the hospital now. Great thing he's okay. I heard it was a bad accident. And, I'm assuming he's really banged up and he could not be there. Also, I should also say that Mike Rome was taking over announcements tonight. JoJo was not there. I'm sure a lot of people will know that JoJo was probably at home with Bray Wyatt nursing his wounds. So we all know he's with her. So we didn't see any of those two on this show tonight. So Bray Wyatt's injured. We got a lot of injuries, I feel like, nowadays too. But that is very sad to what happened to him. Hopefully he makes speedy recovery. I'm sure he'll be back before the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. But hey, he was okay in that car crash. But pretty much Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel pretty much showed on screen again, dressed as Wyatt and Hardy. Bo Dallas once again doing a great impression of his brother, singing, "He's got the whole world in his hands." And as they came out, Matt Hardy went against Curtis Axel. This match was, whatever in a way. Even though the whole fluke last week, this match wasn't that bad. Dallas got involved. Hardy threw him across the ropes, Irish whipped him. He went to the turnbuckle. Axel dodged it. Hardy hit the turnbuckle post. Next thing you know, Axel hit some type of I don't even know what the move was called. He just like threw his head into the ground and 1, 2, 3, bang, 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 it's over. So yeah, another fluke win, I guess, or something. I don't know. Listen, they're pushing the B team, so I don't know. Matt Hardy's on his own right now. At least there was some delete chance. This crowd was either dead to okay tonight, but moving on from that. We went to, once again, Roman Reigns. More Roman Reigns tonight, folks, with Seth Rollins. As I didn't notice now till the show that it will be Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler in an Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship at Extreme Rules, which should be a great match. I thought it was about to be a 60-minute for a second there, but hey, 30 minutes is good, and I'm sure they're going to have a great match out there. And as they talked about the match tonight, Bobby Lashley came in, and after Rollins left out, Lashley pretty much told Roman Reigns that, you're just... he said, I don't like you. I don't like you either. He said that you're a heat magnet. And pretty much Reigns cut him off. And he said, you can leave your ego at the door and focus tonight. Listen, I'm going to start the match. I'm going to finish the match. I'm going to win the match. And you're going to stand over there, with your phony smile, and collect the win. You got that? And Lashley pretty much looked at him as he walked out then. So he says, is that a threat? And he says, I guess it is a threat. Is Lashley pretty much pointing at him about not focusing. We went to the counseling session with Bayley and Sasha Banks. It's weird how we could turn something so serious from last week with Bayley, showing some aggression last week. I'm sure a lot of people thought she turned heel too. To now we go to a comedy segment with Sasha Banks. And as they argued with each other to why they're here and they have the same time for this whole session and who they have to meet with, it is the return of Dr. Shelby. If you do not remember Dr. Shelby over 5 years ago with Team Hell No with Kane and Daniel Bryan, he was like the doctor or counselor for them. So now since he's a friendship counselor, Dr. Shelby was there. We're going to go to the friend zone. And as they were in his offense, he talked about the 7 tenets of friendship. Love, helping, joy, sharing, time, honesty, and respect. So yes, Dr. Shelby is back. Dude, I really want to see this. I don't know. I really don't. I thought we could make something more serious out of this to see who's the best or go for the title or do something important. Not do rehash comedy segments from 5 years ago. What is this going to be now? The new Team Hell No with both Sasha and Bayley or however this is going to go? We could see more out of this. Harold or something, I believe people talk about, who is now known as Scorpio Sky in Ring of Honor. I don't know. So, Dr. Shelby being back, I don't know. It's kind of, I go both ways in seeing this. So, I see a lot of people did want to see this and they didn't know who he was out there. So, the crowd seemed like they knew who Dr. Shelby was. But we'll get into this whole comedy fest later on tonight. Titus Brand went against Authors of Pain. It's pretty much a squash match. It's not much to say from here. Hopefully they get some type of good feud going on because Authors of Pain feel directionless in a way and there wasn't really reaction out there anyways. Kevin Owens was actually in a truck this time, or was it a Nissan, and he was late showing up to the arena and pretty much gave the valet his keys, and he says, and as they told him he couldn't hold it there, and he said, just hold the keys. And he says, no chance that he's going to hold the keys then, so he didn't give it to him, and before he even walked in the building, Owens put his hoodie on and dodging Braun Strowman from any type place. So it's like every week now, Braun Strowman is going to be hunting Kevin Owens every week. That's what it looks like. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins did when he gets back to Titan Ziggler. This was a really good match. A really good match, I will say. It's probably one of the best things on this show. It pretty much ended in a DQ, though. The Revival came out. Pretty much the Revival and Ziggler and McIntyre started jumping both Reigns and Seth Rollins, hitting him with the whole Claymore zigzag finisher and the Shatter Machine. So they beat the crap out of both guys out there, taking them out. So at least it puts heat on them, I will say that. But it was pretty much a DQ finish. Lashley didn't really come out and help, so that didn't happen. But this was probably one of the best things of the night was this tag match. So it was enjoyable. So, by the way, this is the second entrance for Roman Reigns tonight. It's a lot of entrances for him. Like I said, this whole show in the first hour or two was a lot about Roman Reigns. It really was. So, like I said, you get to see a lot of Roman Reigns tonight. Kevin Owens was in the back then, talking about Strowman, as, you know, told Kurt he needs to go to therapy, suspend him, or fire Braun Strowman. But Kurt says, you know what? There's only one way to solve this. You gotta go against Strowman tonight, as Owens did, like he didn't want to do it. The constable, the waiter, the TGI Fry manager, the assistant manager of Walmart or any other company, the constable himself, Corbin, came out. Which, what is this now? Is this a feud now between him and Finn Balor? And Corbin wanted a apology from Finn Balor after last week as they teamed together. And he showed the video of him, pulling, he tried to pull Finn out to get him to strategize, but Finn attacked him then, showing the footage from last week. And, hitting him and stuff, and Corbin pretty much did apologize for what happened last week. Apologized last week for happening, but he wanted Finn to see if he was the bigger man. Finn came out then, smiling, of course. I know some people, it's been 50-50 over debate with the whole rainbow colored shirt for several reasons. Finn Balor, is this the best they got for Finn Balor? Seriously, is this all they got for him? Like, can this guy, man, go for a title or something? Like, we put him before the Intercontinental, I don't know how many times. He ain't going to that Universal title, still never got his rematch. And, where is this going? He apologized to Corbin about the vest, but someone deserved to apologize, whoever gave him that haircut. And then Corbin called him a twerp, and he says, I'm trying to help you out. And guys like you don't get paid that much. What is he trying to call him, a vanilla midget now or something? And he told Balor to suck up and apologize, as Balor pretty much said, I'm sorry you stopped deserving anyone's respect the day you became Stephanie McMahon's stooge. Pretty much Corbin punched Balor to the ground, but he tried to get him again, but Balor hit him with a sling blade and knocked Corbin out of the ring then, as he was going to, get him drop kicked out of there to do a coup de grace, but that didn't happen. So, seriously though, is this the best we got for Finn Balor? Like I said, can this guy go to a title? Like, well, what do y'all know what to do with him? Seriously. Because they don't know what to do with him. This ain't NXT Finn Balor. I get enough complaints. My own neighbor says, when is the face paint coming back? Where's the demon? Does the demon even show up anymore? Does it? Hell, can he be a Bullet Club leader again or something? Hell, can he be the rock and roller like he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Something? This sucks. Like, what was he? Is this the best you got for Finn Balor? We got him going against TGI Fry managers now. This is not gonna look good. What is it? And it looks like, if you think about it, the way that they go with this, like Corbin's just trying to call Balor short and stuff all the time. Is this another Cass versus Bryan feud or something? Because that's what it looks like. The big guy versus the little guy almost in some way. I feel like they're doing it. I don't know why, but I just thought about that for some reason, the way how his promos have been going. But this thing sucks. Who really wants to see this? Corbin, who just wrestles in a suit now, in a vest or whatever, and Balor, he's just directionless and he smiles every time. And it's not we can't put him back with Gallows and Anderson again, so since they're on SmackDown. Like, I don't even know what they're going to do with Finn Balor. I really don't know. And this ain't really any better, so I don't really care. I guess another person that's hurt we can put out there is Ruby Riott as Elias. We didn't get no Elias singing tonight, but Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, if they were, if you're performing, would you do us a song? And you say he would do a song for them. And as he played his guitar, they started smashing things, and they thanked him for the song. So we didn't really get him out there tonight. Ruby Riott is hurt. She has a knee injury. She suffered it at the, I think she suffered it during the weekend. So she's hurt right now, and that's kind of a shame. So that pretty much sucks right now for her. So I don't know when Ruby Riott will be back. I don't know. I don't know if this is a temporarily injury or she'll be back soon, or I don't know how bad it is. I really don't. Hopefully it isn't too bad, but hopefully she come back soon, because Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are not good on their own. They're really not. Ember Moon then went against Liv Morgan. It wasn't much to say from here. Moon hit the Eclipse, won the match, so it wasn't a lot to say from here. Really wasn't. We went back to the counseling session as Dr. Shelby was sitting with them for hours and frustrated as they were going to do the honesty theater as they wanted them to pretend to be each other. Sasha started to pretend like Bayley, saying, almost like a little girl, saying, "I'm Bayley. I like to hug everybody. I like to get title shot or something. I'm gonna hug my way or something like that." I don't know. It was a very bad impression. And then Bayley tried to imitate Sasha, which that looked even worse. "I'll stab you in the back. I'll stab you in the back. I'm Sasha Banks. I'm gonna stab you in the back because I'm a legit boss. I'll stab you in the back if I'm my best friend. I'll stab you in the back. And you know what? My mailman's cousin is Snoop Dogg." And they started arguing with each other again, and Dr. Shelby said, "Enough!" Like he was some Mortal Kombat character, it looked like. So I don't know where that was going. Then they added "to be continued." So this will continue next week. I feel like we're going to get maybe 2 or 3 weeks out of this. So the saga continues of Dr. Shelby and Sasha and Bayley. It's just really weird. We're now going to comedy segments. Like I said, this is the new Team Hell No. This is what we're going with. Instead of trying to build off something greater from this feud, we're going to something silly. This is something, from that aggression last week. This is something that could have been good on NXT and probably would have been booked better or something. But looking at this shit here, this is going to be an entire comedy segment. So I'm really surprised they brought Dr. Shelby back for this. So this is a comedy thing now. "I'll stab you in the back." "Enough!" "I'll stab you in the back. I'll stab you in the back." They don't do really good impressions of each other, too. Roman Reigns for the 3rd time tonight. Him and Lashley went against the Revival. This whole match was pretty much considered, Lashley standing on the corner as, Roman was getting beat up by the Revival throughout the entire match. Lashley then came in and started hitting him with spine busters. It wasn't even tagged in yet. And he tried to get that tag, but Reigns didn't want to do it. He was going to hit the spear. But for some reason, Revival come in and attack him. And then the bell is counted for why? The ref count is a disqualification? Oh, okay. I don't understand why. And even though Lashley got in the match and pretty much went in there legally and he didn't really get disqualified, what was the point of having the Revival come in and, attacking Reigns to immediately get disqualified? That didn't make sense. They didn't continue it, and, Lashley just looked at him and walked away as people chanted one more time after they hit a shatter machine, a few people on Roman. But what is the point of this feud? I don't even get this. Reigns, we've seen him I don't know how many times tonight. Reigns doesn't want help. But then they call him a proud warrior, or then he's an egomaniac, or I don't know who they try to consider both of them as the bad guy now. Is Lashley for not helping Roman. He didn't help him in any way after this whole match, but Roman never wanted to help him to begin with. So where is this going? Who looks like the bad guy worse? Why do we have 2 disqualifications in 2 tag team matches of the night without a clear-cut winner? Are we protecting Roman again? Like, is this whole show protecting Roman or something? I don't know who we're protected here. I really don't. It just looks like it's getting more ridiculous every other time. That's just what it looks like. And then, you got Kevin Owens still trying to run up out of here, so you got to get you tickets to Shania Twain. Make sure you look that clip online with Kevin Owens. And Curry says, "It's no way it's going to happen." And Owens says, "You don't deserve Shania Twain tickets." Where else do we go on from here? Roman Reigns again. I swear this was going into the 3rd hour now. Pretty much going on, saying about his match at Extreme Rules is he said, "You don't even go and say anything. Lashley came here, you got the match." And Lashley says he's going to need a replacement after Extreme Rules, because I'm going to leave his punk ass lying there. Mojo Rawley and No Way Jose continued this feud as Mojo came out. I guess some new theme music now. No Way Jose, and he talked about you want a rematch, you're not getting a rematch. Jose tried to hit Mojo Rawley, but he took him out from behind. Next thing you know, he throws one of them Rosebud-like people almost 20 feet in the air and pushes him into the barricade real hard with a shoulder tackle. No way Jose tried to help, but Rawley pretty much, shoved him into the apron then, and then choke slammed him onto the apron after that. I will say Rawley did look kind of vicious, but then again, I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this feud is going. It hasn't even been a match, but then again, it's kind of like I said last week. The cheeseburger guy was more over than both of these two in the ring because I don't think nobody cared for both of them. Do I think anybody cared tonight? I'm sure in a way once they saw Rawley throw one of them Rosebud guys almost 20 feet in the air across the across the apron or off out of the ring, but I still don't know where this is going. I guess we'll go somewhere with this. I don't know. Feud I'm sure people are getting tired of now of Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, a match nobody wants to see again. But I did go to a interview with Ronda Rousey as she said that, my suspension doesn't cover Extreme Rules, so I will be there sitting in the front row. Nia Jax came out almost reading a very scripted promo like she had cue cards in front of her. Once again, sound like a Valley Girl as usual. Talked about, I thought I'd be done with you at WrestleMania, and we need to end this at Extreme Rules. I hope to God it does end. And she says, you know what? Oh, I'm going to like this, as she said. It's going to be an Extreme Rules match. No DQ or whatever. That's what it's going to be. So, that's what's going to go down there. She says, I didn't come alone. I have backup. Natalya was there. They pointed out it was Bret Hart's birthday. Good for him. What else? Nia Jax went against Mickie James then after that bad promo. Wasn't much to say from here. Natalya did help after Bliss tried to get involved. Jax, which I feel like it took forever with this match, won with a Samoan drop on Mickie James. I don't know, and I guess now I don't know where this is going. Well, even though Rousey is supposed to be suspended, I guess pay-per-views don't count. And she said it's from Raw. I'm only suspended from Raw. I'm not suspended from pay-per-views. So, it's just weird. So, she's not suspended for the pay-per-view. She's only suspended from Raw. But it's strange. And now, I'm trying to see what else she said during that whole, the whole interview and stuff. But it's just this is strange. I don't really give a shit about Nia Jax or Bliss at this point. This match just sucks. I'm sure it will suck at Extreme Rules. I hope the guy it's over, even though it's the Extreme Rules after that. I didn't really care about this match here. Her promo was just bad, so whatever. Where else do we go on from this? Kevin Owens with Jinder Mahal as he was doing breathing instructions, saying Shandi as Caruso came up. Caruso said, you look shaken up. He says, you know what? He said pretty much he brought up like a gremlin. He says, you know what? I'm going to get Strowman tonight. I'm going to take out the monster, he says. I'm going to destroy him. As he went back to saying breathing exercise Shandi with Jinder Mahal and one of the Singh brothers. Bobby Lashley did talk about how, Reigns tonight, as he wasn't a partner or so he did stay out of the match, and he was gone and everything, but Roman Jarrett's gonna have a concrete patch in the trailer park next time he's around. And the main event, oh boy, this main event, back to more insanity again with these two. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Pretty much Kevin Owens immediately ran to the back. He ran and he couldn't find the keys to his car, and they didn't have the keys, so he hid in a porta potty. Strowman looked for him as fans chanted porta potty. He thought he ran out, but then he pretty much before he could walk back in the building, he turned around and it's like he sniffed him. It's almost like Braun Strowman was Wolverine right here, and he had his scent. And pretty much he looked at the porta potty and he said, anyone inside? As Kevin Owens told him to go away. Next thing you know, he duct tapes the whole porta potty together. He drags it in the building. I thought he was going to drive off with it. He drags it in. across all the way back, which conveniently there was some ramps up to get him up to the stage as he dragged him back, and Kevin Owens couldn't get out. He put it by the stage, and he ran up, shoved it to the ground. People chanted, "Holy shit!" There was just a lot of blue liquid all over Kevin Owens. So, yeah, I'm sure the crowd did love it, but I don't know. This was just. I'm sure this is going to be an Extreme Rules match with these two, but I don't know. I feel like every week now at this point it's just Owens and Braun Strowman hunting down, destroying Kevin Owens any way he can. However, this is going to be going. I don't know. I just this show. I don't even know what to say about this show, but the insanity almost. I did laugh at the whole last main event, but this was just insanity crazy. I'm surprised this was the last thing to end off the show. This was the main event of once again but Owens just doing what he can to get the hell out of there to escape Braun Strowman again. But unfortunately, he was dragged in a porta potty and thrown down the stage. With I thank God there was no piss or shit in that damn porta potty, but it would have looked nastier. But this is I don't know. So this whole feud is already strange enough, but a lot of this show is just bad or just god-awful at some points. Roman Reigns was literally all over this show tonight in 2 different feuds, and 3 or 4 times in this show I can't even name in 2 matches. We already got through the insanity at the end right here. You got Finn Balor here fighting, TGI Friday managers or waiters or whatever. Who else? You got people hurt. Several people hurt. I don't give a shit about Nia Jackson, Alexa Bliss. The Riley and No Way Jose. I just don't know. I'm trying to say that was good promo for Mojo, but then again, it's like, who gives a shit? Because nobody gave a shit about both of them last week because they were chanting for the guy's name in the hamburger suit. So who cares? 2 disqualifications with Reigns in matches, so I'm trying to stay away from that. Moon versus Morgan was just whatever. Dr. Shelby being back with this whole Sasha and Bailey thing is like, I don't even know. We went from serious now to an entire comedy segment. Squash match for Authors of Pain go against Titus Brand. Axel and Matt Hardy, whatever. It's sad, it's shame having Bray Wyatt right now. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery and will be back because of the car accident. And like I said, we got a lot of people weren't here, a lot of injuries on the shelf right now. Wyatt not being here, Ruby Riott is hurt. Well, JoJo isn't here because I'm sure she's taking care of Bray Wyatt right now. So I don't know. This show is just bad, okay? This show is just bad damn near every fucking week, alright? That's pretty much what I can point out right here. And I don't know where this is going to happen next. I don't know where this is going to go. Then, here, I don't know. But, like I said, the tag team match was really good. The first one with Rollins and Reigns versus Ziggler and McIntyre, but it was a disqualification there. They didn't get a disqualification later in the night. I don't know. A lot of this was just shit, really, when you look at it. But that's Monday Night Raw for you. When are you going to get a lot of great when you got a lot of shit going on, too? I will say one thing, though. I gotta say I was surprised not to see this, and I think I already said this last week about the Vader thing. I was surprised it wasn't a whole video package of him. I was surprised they didn't have a RIP sign for I don't know. Yes, he was a Tough Enough winner too, and I don't remember him that well. I do remember from Tough Enough, but Matt Capitelli, who died over the weekend, that's very sad to happen to him. I'm also surprised it wasn't at least a graphic, because I know WWE did have a RIP thing on their I saw on Twitter from their page and stuff, so it's very sad it happened on their website. So surprised they just didn't do anything for about that. But Monday Night Raw itself was just like, this shit is just fucking bad. So where do we go off from this? I don't know. And you just kind of looking from bullet point by bullet point from what this show goes through. So I don't know what type of insanity will go next week with Strowman and Owens. But I'm sure we'll try to go with something more crazy next week. And the inexplicable plan, how do we get Roman Reigns over next week? So yeah, this is Monday Night Raw tonight, folks. I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace, comment, subscribe. Man, this shit's getting bad, and I need to go tend to my injuries right now and fix a printer. So I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.